Hey, how you doing guys? It's Brandon here at Gazelle Lab. Today I have the Google Nexus S made by Samsung and the Apple iPhone 4. Overall, the two phones have pretty similar sizes, with the Nexus S being slightly larger due to the 4-inch display. Overall, the iPhone 4 is 4.5 inches long by 2.3 inches wide and 0.37 inches thick. And the Nexus S is 4.88 inches long, 2.48 inches wide, and 0.43 inches thick. Both of these phones are running on 1 gigahertz processors. The Nexus S is using the Samsung designed Hummingbird processor. It's Cortex A8 based. And the iPhone runs on Apple's A4 chip. Both of them are based on the same design. As of right now, the Nexus S runs on T-Mobile only. It's rumored that it'll be coming out on at&t. I mentioned before that the Nexus S has a 4-inch display. It's Samsung Super AMOLED display. Comes in at 480 by 800 resolution. The iPhone has Apple's Retina display, which comes in at 640 by 960. Both of these are capacitive touchscreens. So if you look at these phones side by side, they are both powerhouses. Initially you'll notice that the Nexus S is in fact a little bit larger, not much. Pretty good figuring it has the larger display. You'll also notice that while the iPhone is perfectly flat, the Nexus S actually comes up off of the surface. See if I can show you that here. You can see a little bit of the curve in the display, as well as a chunk of material sticking out here, which really helps it fit in your hand. Over on the back of the device, you'll see both of them have cameras with flash. As you know, the iPhone does not have user removable battery. The Nexus S does, however, and you can pry it off up at the top here. Standard volume rockers on the left side. On the right side of the iPhone, you have your SIM card slot. The SIM card's tucked into the battery compartment for the Nexus S. And you'll see here is your lock-unlock button for the display. Now on the bottom of each of these devices, you have their charging/syncing ports. Apple's standard 30-pin connector. Google's gone with a micro USB. The 3.5mm headphone jack is also on the bottom of the Nexus S, whereas it's on the top for the iPhone. So first and foremost, I'm an iPhone guy. I've used an iPhone since the 3GS, and now the iPhone 4. This is really my first experience with Android. Now, overall, I feel like Android is, it's getting there. Had some issues with the app market, with various apps crashing or whatever. But overall, it's definitely a contender. Now, one thing, as far as apps are concerned, with the Nexus S has near-field communications ability. There's an NFC chip actually located right on this battery cover back here. But there really aren't any apps to take advantage of it yet. And, I really wish that there were, so I could, harness all the new features of the Nexus S. One thing that's interesting to note is that the Nexus S is the first phone to run Android 2.3, Gingerbread. With Gingerbread comes a lot of different UI improvements, mostly in the interest of battery life. As you can see, there's a darker theme for notifications, as well as going to the app launcher here. Look at messaging, for example. Compose new message. You can see that the keyboard itself is different. Gingerbread just has a different keyboard. Again, also going along the lines of the darker theme. The closing animation for locking the device is also new. As you can see, it fades out, much like a CRT TV used to. Now, the iPhone and the Nexus S both have 5-megapixel cameras, and in practice, they're both very similar. I feel like the iPhone has a slightly better camera. Overall, the picture results for the Nexus S were good, but not as good as the iPhone 4. Just want to give you guys a quick demo here of the camera for each of these phones. We'll start with the iPhone. I'll just take a picture of these keys as soon as this loads. Let's see, just command no focus, no HDR. Take a quick snapshot. Just keep that picture there. Fire up the camera on the Nexus. Again, no focus. Now, just take a look at this picture. As you can see, pretty good quality, a little bit of graininess, but overall not bad. Now for the iPhone, see a slightly warmer picture. Again, no graininess. I would consider this, the better picture, just because the colors seem to be a bit truer to real life. Now, in the end, I feel like the Nexus S is really good competition for the iPhone. I really didn't feel out of place or that it was underpowered. It's really nice having a clean build of Android, no manufacturer skins, anything like that to slow it down. And overall, it's really snappy. You can see from the app launcher here, there's really no lag or stutter when you're scrolling. And I will have a written review posted pretty soon on our website, blog.gazelle.com. Please check it out.